missing out. Is this show?
Hi, my name is Mikey Banker. I am one half of Delinquent, or you might as well say three halves. Whoever cares. I'm Mikey Banker. I'm out of the DMV area. If I love wrestling, you love wrestling, we love wrestling.
Again, guys, we're back in January. You know, we took a break in December, but we got some things that we needed to do in 2022 all through Naptown Pro. There's been a lot of things going on, but this person right here, he's a delinquent. If you've been watching the shows, they on IWTV. If you've been to the shows, this is a name that you cannot come to a show and not notice and not remember when you leave the show. We have one half, if you really care, 1/3. We'll talk about it. Of the delinquent. We have Mikey Banker. How you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Thank you for letting me come on, man.
Well, thank you for coming on. You know what I'm saying?
No. Thank you, man.
Man, we just a small place here, man. You know, we getting
No.
out here so they
No,
can.
one thing in life, you don't let nothing be smaller than anything, man. This right here, I'll be honest with you, I was more excited when you told me, hey, you want to come on? I'm like, shucks.
Man,
Have me excited. I'm excited, man.
Let's get into it. You know, I was gonna bring you on, but then you also said some, and I'm gonna go into this before I ask my first question that I always ask. You was like, man, we could start a We Love Wrestling group out here and just start beating people up. And that cracked me up so much. We'll get back into that. But the first question I always ask here is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for wrestling?
Well, can I start with what started my love for wrestling real quick?
Yeah,
just a quick one. So my mom had me at a very young age down here. My mom was like 17 when she had me. My grandmother had to take care of me most of the time when she was like, off at work all the time. One day my grandma just kept on saying, I don't know what to put on TV for you to keep you sitting down. One day she flipped on the wrestling, and I just remember this one thing. It was The Rock in the ring with his cousin, Rikishi.
Mm-hmm.
And they was just going off in the mouth, and Rock, I'm like, yo, who is this dude talking? And my grandmother, in the middle of cooking food, is like, yo, that's The Rock. So at the time, super young, didn't know how to read and stuff. And she said that to me. I was like, yo, my grandma knows a lot about wrestling. And I'm sitting there watching her. It's like, yeah, that's The Rock. He's a champion. He's a big champion. That guy right there, big Samoan guy, Rikishi. Then all of a sudden, Rikishi bags it up on the dude and shakes his butt in his face. And I watched that whole Friday Night SmackDown. I was like, man, that just got me hooked on it.
Yo, those SmackDowns back in the day.
Oh man,
was it still up on the stage?
Say again. Yeah, the fist was still up. It was still up. It was like, I want to say like early 2000s.
Yeah.
I want to say 2000 or 2002 or 2003. I want to say 2002. I would say
2002. Yeah, that was a time. That was a time right there. So that started your love for wrestling. But why do you love wrestling now?
See, that's how I put it like this. I said when I graduated high school, I was a four-sport athlete. I did football. I wasn't very good at it. The football coach didn't like me that much. So I was like, okay, who cares? Then I tried out to do wrestling, and everybody was, how everybody in high school was like, oh, you're gonna wear them unitards, the little singlets, go wrestle them. I don't grab up on you. I'm like, you know what? I don't care what people say. And I went out there. The first thing the wrestling coach tells me, he said, yo, you ever wrestled before? I said, no. You ever watched WWE? I said, yeah. Okay, cool. Only thing you can do is an edge spear. You know what spear is? I said, yeah, I can do a spear. And I won varsity spearing somebody. Then when I got out of high school, long story short, I just went in this like super weird moment, like, who am I? Like searching and all that stuff. And I had many jobs. I worked at the hospital for a while, just cleaning bathrooms. And I was a kid. I was just a kid out of high school. I was playing on my phone, and they fired me from that, and they just let me go in this crazy spiral until I figure out who am I. And then one day I took the last money I had and I got a gym membership. Stupid idea. Like you look at it, but there's this card up there that said like wrestling school. I called the number. I was like, man, this is probably what I'm gonna try. I called the number and didn't get an answer. Then I was like, oh well, that sucks. This must not be for me. Then long story short, my dad was living with one of the trainer dudes. He said, hey, you still want to be a wrestler? And just got me into wrestling. Ever since that day, I've just been hooked to it, man.
When you went to school for wrestling, did you think it was like the wrestling you was watching on TV?
Absolutely. That's what I wanted to do, man. Because like at the time, it's like at that time, at that young age, you either do two things: you either go to college or you find a job to work. Nobody never tried to like nobody. I feel like at the age time, I was like 18, 19, 17 years old, trying to figure out what's next. Everybody's still worried about listening to the next person tell them to do something. I was more worried about trying to figure out what I want to do, what's going to make me happy more. So I feel like that would have made me more happier.
So have you been wrestling? I think on your profile it says 6 years.
6 years now. Yes, I started in 2016.
2016. Who was your first trainer?
My first trainer was a guy, two people you might know from AEW Dark. They went by the Capital Vices, Money and Sin, and they ran at a school called Crab Wrestling Academy. It has recently shut down, but currently right now they just don't do stuff anymore.
Okay. So you were 16 when you started training, did you say?
17. I was 17. Josh Fuller was 16.
Okay. 17. So say 17, you started training 2016. What changes have you seen in the last 6 years?
Yeah.
From when you started to now.
What do you mean, like in the business wise, or just like going like for myself?
Business wise, or yourself, all around everything.
So I say from a business wise, because I come out the D.C. area at the time, it would be like prime time, and Noah Pro was still running. I have to say at the time, around these times, I was going through it. I've seen the business change a lot with adding in like AEW and all that stuff, opened up a different door and opportunities out there. Going in there, like I went from being a kid, going with his trainers every show, just being like, oh, I'm gonna get booked on these shows. I think when I started changing up was after that what's it called, that first WrestleMania they had in Tampa. After I defended the crab title before they start running their last shows and stuff. I chose to go. I took the booking down in Vegas for Versus Pro, and like that right there opened up more to me. More like it's more to wrestling than just sitting here underneath like a learning tree. Instead of just like sitting there, I'm gonna sit here trying to soak up all the knowledge. More like, you know what? I'm gonna soak up their knowledge and take it elsewhere and go out there and travel the world a little bit more and try to see what I can do. Like, they always say take a risk on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Biggest risk you took being in wrestling right now?
Biggest risk I took. Let's see. Well, this is a funny one. Last year, I want to say, I moved out my parents' house just to try something out because it wasn't supporting a little bit there, but I said, you know what, I'm gonna try to take a risk. I moved down to this way. I moved down to like a little area down there. They had a little place down there that had like a ring and stuff and all that. I basically just sat here that whole time wrestling and just trying to what I can what can happen if I keep pushing myself to that point. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say last year and all that.
Okay, so we were getting Naptown All Pro. So I thought the first place I saw you at was Naptown All Pro and everything, but I was in DC in February.
Okay.
February.
Yeah,
I was in DC and they had the what show was it? Grappital.
Yeah.
And I think you were on that show.
Yeah, I wrestled on Bandino and Saul.
I went back through some video and that's what I saw. I was in a tag match and I was like, yo, this is Mikey right here, and he was in this match. So I've seen him before. So I was like, okay, let me go back and look at some more stuff on him. Then you come to Naptown All Pro. That first show came in relatively, we can say nobody knew you.
100%.
When you left out of there, the whole crowd knew you. So how does it feel like coming to a new territory where nobody know you and then making your name to, when you do a show, nobody know you. Then when you leave in that show, everybody know you. You got like more people behind you. What does that mean to you?
So I'll say this. What helps me a lot with that in there in wrestling, I want to say Josh helps me out a lot with that. What I mean by one thing I always say this, Josh Fuller is the first person that brought back my love of professional wrestling after my dad passed away and stuff. And it helps me more now because like I want to say, since my dad passed away, I like using that to motivate me more and put myself out there. So, like, for that Naptown show, for instance, you were saying, like you just said, people didn't know who I was, didn't know who we were, and all that. The thing always was told, like in professional wrestling and doing like other sports, is like this: you only get one chance to prove yourself and show yourself who you are out there. It all depends on, are you going to sit there act shy about it, or you just going to say, you know what, I'm going to act myself. Smile. If you don't like it, well, I tried, It's basically my mindset basically is just trying to get the crowd. My mindset is always go out there trying to make one person understand that I'm fired up and I'm liking to be in there,
I hate the way that I'm about to do this. So liking to be there. The delinquent. So liking to be there. The delinquents. Let me ask you,
let me take my glasses off for this one.
Are there cracks in the shield of the delinquents? Because it's like you tried to bring, I don't know.
You really want to get into this right now?
I mean,
you really want to get into this?
The last Naptown All Pro show.
So okay, here it is. Hear me out real quick, man. Let me explain my side about this whole situation with Jet and Josh real quick.
Okay.
See, Jet and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that basically these two always bumping heads, man. Like for instance, even off the cameras, we be chilling. We used to be chilling all the time. Just be chilling, having fun in the car, having fun. We could put on a song. I'll tell you this. I remember this one exactly. Me and Jet really wanted to listen to this little Uzi song, and Josh was like, "Yo, man, you should put on Hey Ya by Outkast." And like those two, there's like beef. It's like a weird beef, dude. Like. For instance, like if you watch if you sit there and watch all the matches back from the first time me and Josh tagged together, Jet coming out there with the delinquent sign. Yes, I get it. Jet wanted me to dap him up and all that, but the thing about it is that the time and place is not the time and place to dap up. We needed to win. Then you see me and Josh wrestle Billy Starks and Brad. Shout out to Brad. I love you, Brad, by the way. We win. We go out there, have a good match, and boom, we beat them. Beat two really talented people right there, man. Then we go back out there with Jet. Then those two can't get it with the line. Jet wants to cheat, wants to bring the spike out, and guess what happened? I get stabbed in the goddamn head. Now I'm asking you straight up, man. If two of your friends messing around and get you hurt, how are you feeling about it?
You'll have some issues.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like, okay, let me tell you what happened. Right when I got spiked in the head, we lost the match. They trying to be like, oh, it's cool and all. No, man, this stuff's not cool. That's my head. Like the worst thing about it is this. I'm thankful I wasn't bleeding or nothing about that. But the thing about it is like this. I didn't get an apology from Josh. I didn't get an apology from Jet. And that really started to tee me off a little bit. Then, going to this match, I get my elbow goddamn hurt. I get it. Yes, I'm hurt. I get it. You saw it yourself. I was hurt. That was the only time they actually been friends. They were worried about me, trying to help me get to the bag. But the thing about it was this: even if I'm hurt, this train needs to keep on going. Like the thing about it, like this: if you run out of steam in the train, what happens to the train? It stops. Exactly what happened. Those two were so worried about getting who was going to hit this and hit that. I was sitting there, my arm is hurt, dude. Like my arm is messed up. I can't feel nothing. These two are worried about fighting each other, man. It's just like you get to that certain point in like I don't even say this relationship. Well, basically it's like a relationship. You think about it, you get to a point with somebody who you messing with, you're like, you know what? I need to do two things right now. I either one, sit here and take this abuse from it, or I separate myself from it. And that's what I did in that channel. I separated myself from Josh and Jay. Because those two can get along, those two don't worry about winning. I worry about winning and trying to get to the next top. I've been doing this, man. We gotta do this, but hating to do it. Hell, you saw the girl front row with the delinquent sign. I walked up to her and told her I was gonna rip that sign up. Because that sign represents something in between delinquents and the fans. Delinquents has the fans' heart right now. But the thing about it is that these two is so worried about fighting each other. Well, I don't know. So I don't even want to talk about it no more, man. Sorry about that. I just went on the whole rant.
So is this just the Naptown thing, or is this like overall?
It's overall, man. It's like ever since you start teaming the Naptown and all this, those two been beefing. Like I don't know.
Dudes. So you come back to Naptown. You just singles match. You ain't no tag team.
Who knows what it is going to be? To be honest with you, who knows who's going? Even we're going to be in the next Naptown. You know how we've been losing, how they messed us up. You don't know.
All right, Mikey. Then let's talk about it. Let's go into you a singles wrestler now. Okay.
All right. Well, that's more. That's something.
Let's just think about this, because I always ask this question to people. If you could face three people,
Vinny Massaro, Vinny Natalio Massaro. I've been begging for this man for 3 years straight. This man is awesome. This dude knows I want to wrestle him. I just don't know what's going to happen. I'm kind of stuck for second place though, man. Cause like, there's a couple people at Naptown I really, really, really want to wrestle. Cause like I feel they feel like they would make me better and help me out a lot with it. I'm stuck in a hard spot with Chase Holiday and the gatekeeper himself. Man.
Who the gatekeeper?
You know the gatekeeper. Come on. You know who the gatekeeper is. Come on.
Who?
You know who I'm talking about, man. Think about it.
I want to hear you say it.
Come on, man. You know it.
No. It can't be
Takeman, man. It's Takeman.
Okay.
That's right there. Takeman, man. That dude is like that. I've been since I've been coming to Naptown and doing DPW and stuff. Tankman always been on top of my list, man. This dude is something special, and I want a piece of it, dude. And like, screw it. I guess third place had to be Chase Holiday, man. Like Chase Holiday, like I always make jokes about me and Chase Holiday a lot. Chase Holiday is a really cool dude, man. Like I respect Chase a lot. Like recently, like I had Chase Holiday up for like workout like plans and stuff. Dude's been helping me out in the gym, and I just feel like that match needs to happen between both of us. And like, can I get a runner? Can I put one more for like runners up?
Go ahead.
Adriel, man, fucking Adriel. Dude came from Vegas. Adriel, man.
He different.
Oh, I love Adriel. Like he's my best friend, dude. Like I gotta wrestle Adriel. Well, I can't say best friend because Fuller. Well, technically Fuller was my best friend, but those two just worry about beefing. So who knows what's gonna happen between them two?
That's a big list. I was going to say you might as well throw Hoodfoot on there since you picking Nap Founders like that.
Oh, I wrestled Hoodfoot once, in Detroit, and beat him.
You gotta say it like that, Mikey.
I mean, dog, I'm 1-0 against Hoodfoot, man. So I say it. Mo Atlas knows where I'm at.
Oh man,
Mo Atlas knows where I'm at.
Let's move past this. He ain't got. Don't do that on the show, Mikey. Don't do that.
Mo Atlas knows I love him though.
I can dig it. One of the most serious questions I asked on here.
All right.
Is after determine how the rest of this goes, and this signifies that we wind it down though. But The Rock or Stone Cold?
Man. So, fun fact, can I make you laugh real quick? Somebody asked me that today at work, right? And I was scanning their items, right? You want to know what the total came up to? Austin 316, man. But I always will say this: I do love The Rock a lot, but this is hard, man. Hold up. You know what? Screw it. The Rock. Always with The Rock. The Rock.
We out here. We are at. Hold on. We keep a running tally of this. We are at 8-4 for The Rock. As you guys know, when we started, it was kind of bad out here. The Rock was down.
The Rock came back. It's the people's champ, man. Come on.
You see it. You see it all the way. You see it. You see it.
You watch Black Adam yet?
Yeah, I've seen it. I actually like it. A lot of people talking down on it. I like it.
I like it though. I liked it a lot. It doesn't look that bad. Like I said, I mean, he's not no John Cena, but yeah.
Mike, like you didn't say that. Mikey just messed me up. If you had to look back, because you know we in a new year now, but if you had to look back on your 2022, how would you sum that up? As far as with your wrestling career,
I said a right step into the right direction. I want to say the right steps into the right direction. I say because from us being me and Josh starting off our year with DPW, I felt like it was a lot of things we didn't understanding ourselves as a tag team and stuff. We were like a lot of bumping heads at the time with it, and moving into now on like doing Naptown and doing Flying V and stuff. Well, yeah, hi, yo. But yeah, I want to say right steps in the right direction because was the first year that me and Josh were like single handedly by ourselves, holding ourselves into accountable for what we were doing. And I say, I give us like if I had to give this a grade, like if it's like a video game, and be like, yo, you got a C minus, I'll give us like a C in there because like it's a lot of we made a lot more connections with people, talking to more people, and just being out there. And it's like it just makes us feel very welcome right now in the wrestling industry and trying to get ourselves into the right people, the right doors. And then you ask me if you already know the question comes up, what's your guys' goal for next year? To work everybody, work every single person. I don't care, big, small, huge, gigantic. We want to work because we want to show that we're here and we want to be here.
Work everybody. If you, what's like one of the top tag teams that you look at on the independent seasons?
See, one tag team that comes to mind because I remember working. I never worked them before. I worked them when they were like back in the day at an old place called OTW, but that place is no more now. I want to say the what's it called again? The Brick City Boys. I want to say
BSB, Brick City Boys. Yeah,
I like them boys because like I felt like with them, like it's so weird what I say about them two and like Josh. I like to do my life like a comic book. Okay, I say they were those boys were with me when I started going on my first independent run as like with my trainers and stuff. I say that was like chapter 1 and chapter 2 with them because like that's a whole different feeling. And Josh being in my life since since day one in wrestling school, and like it feels so weird. I want to combine those two worlds together and just have those two. See, I feel like we can make so much magic with them. And like, I really want another match against the Reality too, man. The Reality is like a real good goddamn tag team out of the North Carolinas. Chase Holiday, Sean Kemp. Again, those are still my boys. I love them to death. I really want to work them because I just feel like we can push each other to those limits that all four of us really need to get to feel that from there, man. I think that one's like it's a very high one. I really want right there, man, because I feel like thinking about that, man, I get excited about it, man. Good old Chase Holiday and Sean Kemp, man.
The Brick City Boys.
Yeah.
One of my other hosts on here, Nicole, she put me on them earlier this year. So,
they're pretty. I like them a lot, man. Their stuff is so clean, so crisp, man. That's a tag team right there, man.
I see them coming. I see what they're doing. I think that match with y'all will go crazy. Y'all against Chase and Sean Kemp, that'll go crazy too because they've been out there. I think they were supposed to have tag team matches at Naptown All Pro, but that hasn't happened yet. And I think they got one on this upcoming show.
I think is the one coming up. Okay. Yeah, man, those boys, and I would say, I always do like three people out the independents, and like if I had to give like one big tag team to try to work, I want to say this one on the independents that's real big. I really want to work Effie and Alley Catch.
Mm-hmm. You want Bussy?
Yeah, I'm kind of do one Bussy. I'm down for it. Oh, so like for me, I always love Effie, man. Like Effie is probably is one of my favorite wrestlers, like on the independent scene. I remember watching one match of Effie, like when I first started bringing it into the business, and like Effie just made me. He just had this aura around. Effie has this aura around him, man. It's just, I don't know. I just get excited when I see Effie. I don't know why. I love Effie. Mikey loves Effie. Quote that, please. I love Effie, man.
Mikey loves quote that. Let's put that out. Mikey, one of the last questions I asked here. What's one thing that's perfectly legal that you're addicted to?
Damn. Man, who told you this? Well, oh man, it's getting hot in here, man. See, I would say chocolate milk, but you know, I kind of made my New Year's resolution so I can't drink chocolate milk no more. I say pancakes.
Oh, how many pancakes?
See, I ate a contest once. I ate like 4 stacks, like real heavy stacks. You know, you went to IHOP and they had like the all you could eat right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So this dude, right, one time I came back from a wrestling show, was very tired, and got in there. The man was like, "Look, I'll tell you this right now. You ate like 12 stacks. I'll buy your food for you and give you $100." I looked, I was like, "You for real about this?" I said, "No, I haven't ate nothing." Like 8, so like 8, he put like 12 pancakes on it basically. So 8 stacks of 12, okay? So 8 plates, it was 12 stacked up. So I was like, okay, I'm pretty hungry, man. And I start getting to chewing, and I'm going to work right now. I'm on my 6th plate right now with him. Super close, right? I made the worst mistake ever. I took a sip of water. My whole belly just gets filled up with pancakes. I was like, oh man. And like I got closer, I got to like the 7th plate. I got to the last pancakes and I couldn't do it, man. So I had to pay for my meal and all that. But moral to the story is I do love pancakes. I like food a lot too. I'm a real big dude, like big snacking.
Okay. That's crazy to eat a 12 stack.
Uh-oh.
We call
the
this
danger zone.
The put yourself over moment, Mikey. This is where you let the people know your social media, ways they can support you. If you got a Pro Wrestling Tees, a Big Cartel, any website you sell shirts, things you want the people to know. We just ask for you to put yourself over.
All right. Tell me you're ready.
Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mikey Banker. You want to find me on social media? You can find me at Mikey_Banker on Twitter. I want to believe my Instagram is Mikey_Banker as well, but I could be wrong. Who knows? If you want to support me, come get a t-shirt or come get a hoodie or a long sleeve because it's cold. I have a brain buster at Mikey Banker. But hey, not even worry about Mikey Banker. Let's put over some of my tag team partner, Josh Fuller, at Josh Fuller PW. He also has a brainbuster as well. But both of us together have a brainbuster called Deliquents. So if you want to get these nice Deliquents like long sleeves, hoodies, go ahead and get it right there. And some things about me, I like chocolate milk, but not no more. But guess what? I do like pancakes. And Effie is one beautiful man. I don't care what anybody say about him. But hey, Effie is Effie. But hey, tune in and watch Naptown All Pro on IWTV and come watch this because, hey, guess what, everybody? Because I love wrestling. You love wrestling. Guess what, everybody? We love wrestling, and Mikey Banker is out.
Hey, he is out of line for that. He just gave the whole closing to the show before everybody else, before I could. Nah. Mikey, man, if y'all, I don't say this too much about people though, but if y'all don't know who Mikey Banker is, seriously, go on IWTV, go to Naptown All Pro. When you see it on there, see the Delinquents versus, like he said, they had a match with Billy Starks and
Bradley
Prescott the fourth. Make sure you
the
say
fourth.
Make sure you say
That dude's entrance so long, man.
So, oh man, that's neither here or there. Check them out on the first show. They had a match. Check out Airy Naptown All Pro show because they on there.
Except for the second one, they had it at the bar. We have to go on the first, the third, the fourth, and go forward.
I know what you're talking about. I don't. It's a Naptown All Pro show, but it was a different setting. It was not a. This is not a wrestling show. But yeah, check them out when you see them. I'm telling you, from the beginning of the match to the end, you'll love it. Then you can even see how the Delinquent storyline is playing out, what he was talking about, that he went off about, who's right, who's wrong. But you can check it out.
I think I'm right, to be honest with you.
I'm not going to tell him you're wrong.
See? Guess what? That's why we're friends.
That I'm not going to tell him you're wrong at all. So, I mean, check them out. Check it out. Check out the Delinquents in your area. You know what I'm saying? They on the East Coast, but they probably get some matches this year. You feel me? It's gonna go down.
Go down big.
Going down big. Mikey, before we get out of here, you got any last things to say to the people?
Mikey Banker loves Effie.
Mikey Banker. I mean, that's his last words. Watch this. 2023, Mikey. What you guys say about 2023?
I feel like 2023 is going to be a very special year and very positive and I think, you know what? I'm going to say it. I think 2023 is going to be successful for the Delinquents because I'm feeling very good about us right now. I'm very confident and I'm very excited for 2023. Like, no joke. Like, I'm really excited for it.
How many times?
Really excited.
How many times were you delinquent from school or from work?
From work? For school? Like a couple.
He's never delinquent to school or work, guys. Nah. But again, if you're on the YouTube version, click in the bottom. You can go to the podcast version. You're on the podcast version. You just listening to everything. You want to check out Mikey Face, come on to the YouTube version. But like I always say, people, I'm Trey D. And if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's 2 Street for the culture. Ooh.
I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?